Number 25. Archaeopteryx. The Greek name for a little bird, also translated as early wing or first bird, supposedly existed during the Jurassic period. A fossilized feather was discovered in 1861 in Solnhofen, Germany, where high-quality lime deposits were mined for over a century. Number 24. Dinah Kairos. This dinosaur is a bit of an enigma for paleontologists, as the only known evidence for its existence are a handful of fossil remains, including 2 forelimbs and some bits of vertebrae. The fossilized remains were found in 1965 in Mongolia and were given the name Dinoceiris, or terrible hands. Number 23. Deinotherium. Also called a hoe tusker, or terrible beast, the remains of these prehistoric mammals that resemble modern-day elephants were discovered at major hominid excavation sites in Lake Turkana in Kenya. Number 22. Dimorphodon. Its name means two-formed tooth, which is the result of having 2 distinct types of teeth in its jaw. These creatures supposedly had great eyesight and formidable claws to hunt fish, squid, and lizards. Number 21. Dunkleosteus. Also called Dunkel's bone, this was one of the largest armored jawfishes to have ever roamed the earth. Considered one of the fiercest predators in the ocean, it could measure up to 10 meters and weighed 3.6 tons. Number 20. Elasmosaur. Elasmosaur, which means thin plate, could have been around 30 feet in height and 46 feet in length. Most of its length was in its neck, which was roughly 25 feet long, or 4 times longer than the neck of a giraffe. When it was first reconstructed, scientists made the mistake of putting its head on the wrong end due to its funny shape. Number 19. Epidendrosaurus. Though Archaeopteryx was credited as the first bird, Epidendrosaurus, or lizard of the tree, was the first reptile to be closer to a bird than a dinosaur. It was about 6 inches long and used its long arms and clawed hands to pry on insects from tree bark. Number 18. Epidexipteryx. A small feathered dinosaur that existed once in the Inner Mongolia region of China. Its name means display feather, and it's the earliest known representation of ornamental feathers in the fossil record. Number 17. Hallucigenia. A relative of modern arthropods, Hallucigenia is one of the strangest creatures ever found. Less than 3 millimeters long, it has a bulbous round head connected to a cylindrical trunk. Though it was previously thought that it stood on its spines, it was later discovered that the tentacles are actually feet, making the Hallucigenia the ancestor of today's velvet worms. Number 6. Helicoprion. Also known as spiral saw, this shark-like fish first arose in the oceans of the late Carboniferous era. However, the only surviving evidence of its existence was a tight, curled-up coil of triangular teeth. This bizarre structure was attached to the bottom part of its jaw, though how it was used still remains a mystery. Some speculations are that it was used to grind shells, while others believe that the coil could be unfurled like a whip to spear unfortunate prey. Number 15. Jaekelopterus. This extinct species of sea scorpions had an estimated length of 2.5 meters, one of the largest arthropods ever discovered. Although it was dubbed a sea scorpion, it supposedly lived in the freshwater rivers and lakes of present-day Germany. Number 14. Josephoartigasia. Related to the modern pacarana and very closely resembling a capybara, these creatures were the biggest rodents on the planet, weighing up to 1,000 kilograms. Number 13. Liopleurodon. Also known as smooth-sided tooth, this marine predator lived on a diet of fish, squid, and other sea reptiles. Bigger than a sperm whale, its skull was 16 feet, or nearly a quarter of its body length. Number 12. Longisquama. Known as the first archosaur to have been able to glide or parachute, it's famous for the elongated pair of scales along its back, with the anterior ones resembling feathers. Number 11. Megalania. Sometimes called the giant ripper lizard, Megalania fed on a diet of mammals, snakes, other reptiles, and birds. The nearest modern-day relative is the Komodo dragon that inhabits the Flores Islands in Indonesia. Number 10. Microraptor. Microraptor, or one who seizes, was a very small dinosaur, and paleontologists have long debated the use of its 4 wings, whether they were for parachuting from trees or taking off from the ground. Number 9. Nyctosaurus. An ancient genus of the pterosaur, its fossils were found in the midwestern sections of the U.S., covered under the shallow water of the sea. The name, which means naked reptile, was given by Othniel Marsh in 1876. Number 8. Opabinia. Considered one of the strangest creatures ever, it had 30 legs, 30 flippers, a nose like an elephant's trunk, and a lobster-like claw. Number 7. Phorusrhacidae. Colloquially known as terror bird, this was the largest flightless predatory bird to have ever lived. It fed on small rodents and mammals and could supposedly run at speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. Number 6. Pterodaustro. Also known as Pterosaurus, it had a wingspan of 4 feet and may have weighed between 5 and 10 pounds. Its long curved beak with numerous bristle-like teeth allowed it to feed on a diet of plankton and small crustaceans. Number 5. Quetzalcoatlus. The biggest pterosaur to ever take to the skies, it supposedly didn't have any feathers. Though it had a wingspan that exceeded 30 feet, it took off using both its hind and front legs and flew without flapping its wings. Number 4. Sharovipteryxe. Greek for cherub's wings, this gliding reptile that inhabited the woodlands of Central Asia was about 1 foot long and fed mostly on insects. Not capable of powered flight, it would merely glide from tree to tree, something like a flying squirrel. Number 3. Steff Acanthus. An extinct genus of prehistoric sharks, Steff Acanthus or chest spike was about 6 feet long with a strange-looking back growth on males. This small protrusion or ironing board could have been used to frighten larger predators. Number 2. Dinotherapheus. The Greek word for long-necked one, this prehistoric reptile was easily over 20 feet long, with a narrow neck that could extend out for up to half its length. And number 1. Deinocheirus. The reaper lizards may have roamed Mongolia, China, and the United States, and due to their long neck, potbelly, four-toed feet, and beaky mouth, scientists at first thought they may not be one but several creatures. If you liked the video you just saw, then feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel by using the orange button in the top right. And don't forget to go check out our website at list25.com for more awesome lists.